Hey everybody, Matt Maynard here with another helpful parenting video, and today we're going to be talking about the 3 major ways in which you are unintentionally giving your kids a lot of attention and a lot of engagement. And kids are inherently greedy. They're looking for boundaries, and attention and engagement is kind of like the kid version of money. Okay, we all know that we have a point where we feel good enough about what we have, but we can always have more. And so I guarantee you're falling into one of these 3 major areas that I find all the parents that I work with fall into. And the first one is the greatest one of them all, good old-fashioned American shit-talking. Now, America has one of the great freedoms of speech, and in a lot of ways, you know, I hear this from a lot of parents. If I ever spoke to my dad or my mom the way my kids speak to me, they would kill me, right? You'd get hit, you'd get screamed at, some would physically get beaten. And in a lot of ways, the irony of the whole thing is that generation was the generation that talked about sticks and stones, yet they didn't live it. They were the first one to get easily offended by their kids' power struggles or arguing with them or calling them names, which is ironic at best. So I'm challenging you to actually not just talk about sticks and stones and bring that back, but I think we need to start to live it more as parents as well, because when we model this, we also teach our kids. So that's problem number 1 that everybody falls into. The second one is lying. A lot of parents get offended by lying as well, and they get into these power struggles trying to get the kid to be honest and tell them the truth, and why'd they lie to me? And in a lot of ways, they're not really lying to you, they're just lying to themselves, right? They're gambling, they're taking a chance, hoping that they can kind of get away from having to do something that they don't really want to do. Brush their teeth, do their homework, clean up their room, which is totally normal, right? I mean, who really wants to do some of those things? And because they're learning how to persevere and how to develop some self-sufficiency, we really want to have them struggle through that. And so when they're lying, you don't want to turn it into this personalized thing. You want to keep the focus on the kid lying to themselves. Because the reality is we all know when they're pretty much lying to us. I mean, they think that we're kind of stupid, and we're really not. So don't get offended, don't get butthurt about it. Just kind of realize and help them recognize, hey, listen, you're not lying to me. You're only doing yourself a disservice. You're only lying to yourself. We kind of have a suspicion and a feeling that you're lying. And listen, at the end of the day, it's only going to hurt you. So that's number 2. And then number 3 is the toughest one of them all, is foul language, right? Swearing, maybe saying things that aren't always appropriate. And in a lot of ways, parents fall into this because they're embarrassed, right? Which is totally understandable, right? You don't want your kid saying certain things out in public, and ultimately they're going to say some really funny, really inappropriate things. And in my opinion, we need to kind of start to laugh at some of these things again, because kids are kind of testing these boundaries. This is all normal. And in a lot of ways, I think we shame a lot of parents in this country, or just in general, when their kids are acting out or maybe saying not necessarily the greatest thing. And in a lot of ways, we need to kind of take that a little bit less seriously. Like I said, freedom of speech, the sticks and stones, we need to kind of bring that back. So if your kid is using foul language, though, obviously you want it to stop. You're not going to be able to physically restrain your kid, though. You're not going to put duct tape over their mouth or do anything like that. You really don't have any leverage. And in a lot of ways, they're probably looking for attention and engagement. And because you've reacted so poorly in the past, or you've given them a ton of attention or engagement, they're going to keep doing it. Your best bet, honestly, is to actively ignore. Like walk away, disengage, pretend as if they never even said it. And obviously, later on, you may want to use a consequence or hold them accountable for maybe not having consideration. I talk about principles over problems, and if you want to learn more about some of the parenting stuff that I do, follow along or check me out at matthewmaynard.com, and I hope this video was helpful. Pass it along to somebody that you might know that could benefit.